A lot of girls ask for equality, but now they lose their minds after they have to pull out their own wallets. Today, we're going to be watching certain women have complete meltdowns after men refuse to pay for their meals. So subscribe and let's get into it.
In therapy, a young woman came to me recently and she said she went out with this guy and they went to a cafe and they got coffees and he asked her to split it, coffee. And she was having so much fun on the date until the bill came and she was shocked. And she thought, okay, well, he must really, really have had a horrible time with me to have want to not pay for my $5 coffee. And then he asked her out again. And she said to me, I don't understand this at all. So he was interested in me and he didn't pay for my coffee. And she did not go out with him again.
Do you agree with that decision that she made?
And this is someone wanting the perks without the responsibility. They ask for equality, but when you ask them to be equal in paying the bills in certain circumstances, then that becomes a problem. And I mean, if you're interested in free over emotions, I mean, you might be the problem.
I'm old school fashion. I don't care whether the man isn't your cup of tea or whether this is the 25th or 28th century. On the first date, the guy would always pay. I strongly believe that. However, you know, in the relationship, I agree 50-50, you know, that's different, things change. But on the first initial date, if he's asking you out, girl, you put your purse away. Let him pay, because it's just a meal, for God's sake. He's not paying for a diamond ring. I'm sure he can afford that.
It's funny how the vibe changes once the check hits the table here. I mean, she just wants to go to work, do her chores around the house, go to the gym and hang with friends. But when it's time to pay for some food and bills, suddenly they're old fashioned and want a men doing everything when it comes to financial stuff. So I don't know. Pretty interesting. I think you need to be that salty over paying the bills, for lack of better words. I mean, if it's such a big deal, the least you could do is cover your half before you leave, especially in this circumstance. It's not like he forced you to go on the date. It was a mutual decision.
To all the men out there, if a woman ever says, what color should I get my nails? I'm going to get my nails done right now.
Be very wary, because she's about to ask you for something.
What shape should I get? Anything mentioning the nail or nail salon? That is the part where you, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Cash, send the money, drop off the cash, pick up on the hints, and pay for our nails.
But why, though? Why should he pay for her nails to get done? Did he ask her to go get them done in a specific way and in a specific color because that's the way he likes to see them on her and it was his request that she get them done? If so, then that would make a reasonable amount of sense that he should pay for them. But I find that rather a bit of a stretch because most guys don't care one little bit about a woman's nails. Notwithstanding the fact that most women get their nails done for themselves because they like the way that they look. So why exactly should a man pay for something that a woman is doing for herself? After all, there are so many women out there that are more than pleased to tell you exactly how strong and independent they are, but yet will not even oftentimes flutter an eyelash when it comes to asking a man to pay for something that they should be doing all on their own.
This one's a nailed-on solution. No pun intended. Let's be honest, right? Looking good is cool, but expecting someone else to pay for it, not so cool. They can drop all the hints they want, but at the end of the day, they should be paying for their own nails. Unless, of course, the man is, you know, willing and super well out. A lot of different circumstances. This one, not so much.
Previously, my relationships, like, they just stepped up more financially. Especially since he's, like, 23. I expected him to, like, just buy me more stuff.
But you guys were only together for a month, so what were your expectations in terms of what he should have been buying you?
I sent him a picture of the Chanel bag that I wanted, and he didn't, like, buy me it. I feel like if a girl is sending you something, like, oh, this bag is so cute, like, why is it not at the front of my doorstep the next day?
He's 23, bro.
Yeah,
How much do you think he spent on you total?
I don't know. We went on a date like at least once a week. 200 per date?
Did you guys hook up?
No.
If she wanted that, then it's okay to ask for it.
It's okay for her to ask for a $2,000 bag?
I mean, yeah, I think it's okay. You know, there's a guy out there that will actually give it to you if he really likes you.
Right? If I'm dating you, like, you know, I feel like you should understand me, you know? You know I want that back.
That sounds more like a sugar daddy than a boyfriend.
No,
yeah,
I
it
don't think
really
so.
does. And it's really hypocritical that you didn't even like care to know what job he had, but you want his money.
I don't want his money. I just feel like it's expected.
You want a guy to spend $2,000 on you with within the first month, you got to bump way up the age you're willing to date. I'm talking 40 plus. Unless he's a major simp, nobody under 40 is spending $2,000 on a girl they just met.
Okay.
Did you really think that your 23-year-old boyfriend is going to buy you a Chanel bag in the first month of you two talking like that? I mean, you probably got to stop reading romantic novels and step into the real world, because most aren't going to be like that. He's your boyfriend, not your credit card. You got to just keep that in mind and be respectful of that.
If a man ever says something about like going 50-50, don't date him. If he doesn't pay for the meal, don't ever go on another date with him. Men that are financially stable are happy to pay for a date with you. And men that value women, that see you as potential wife material, they're gonna pay for your dates because they know the value that you bring. This whole like 50-50, men are high out of their mind if they really think we're gonna do that. My husband paid for every single date we went on. I don't think that women can really take men seriously when they don't pay for the dates. How can you really respect a guy that doesn't pay for your meal on a date? Women will lose respect for you. This whole 50-50 thing is such a joke. Mind you, I'm an attorney. I believe women can be powerhouses. I believe you can be career driven. But as women, we still want a man that's going to pay for us. Even if you're going to work, you still want a man that is financially stable, that will pay for you. So yeah, if any man ever says this, oh, please run far from him and block his number.
Things change once you're his wife, but before that, I mean, men shouldn't be expected to pay for everything. You know, there definitely are certain girls out there that really do expect that. I mean, if we're doing the equality thing, that applies to the bill too.
And then you want me to pay? Like,
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that. Thank you so much.
I'm not paying.
What?
You want me to pay that? I'm not paying that.
If that is a requirement,
I don't care if that's a requirement.
that's a requirement for you to date me.
How's it a requirement? You told me to come up here and just chill with you. You didn't tell me nothing about pay for no lashes.
Oh yes, you would have to pay for my lashes. It's only.
You didn't tell me to come pay for no lashes.
It's only $325. That's nothing. Yeah, baller. That's nothing. Baller. You wanna? That's how you were talking at our first date.
Okay,
so a requirement to date me is to take care of all my expenses, nails, lashes, especially the lashes.
Care. That's self-care on your part.
So y'all want us women to walk around here looking cute, have a nice shape, our hair done, nails done, lashes, but you don't want to contribute? Oh no, that is, and that's a requirement that you take care of my maintenance. I don't care if it was the 18th time or the first time. That's a requirement. You like what you see, so in order to keep this up and to keep this going, you are supposed to pay. Oh, okay. That's excuse you. Where you look at him? Look at him, just cheap. Want to act like he a baller, but now he want to run off because it's time to pay. Pay like you weigh.
She thought she was pretty slick by calling this man at a nail salon and asking him to pay. The switch up, though, from the dude is absolutely understandable. I mean, only a few minutes into the relationship, he called it off. Now, that's a wise man who probably saved himself a lot of time, energy, finances, and everything.
Let's talk about why I never paid on the first 3 dates with a man. Now, I know I'm gonna get some heat for this, and I can already hear the haters now saying, that's sexist, women and men are equal now. It's empowering for a woman to pay for her share of the date. Now, you know what's empowering? Knowing my worth, and if a man doesn't think I'm worth a $10 cocktail or a nice dinner out, he is not my man. And this is not about the fact that I couldn't take myself out for a $10 cocktail or a nice dinner, because ladies, you can make your own cash monies, pay for your own ish, be a boss babe at work, and still have a man pay for you on a date, because chivalry is just not Look, I am here for all the feminism and women empowerment, but let me just say this. I will not let a man use feminism as an excuse to be cheap and lazy, because men who are cheap with their money are cheap with their time, their emotions, and their willingness to give to you on a much bigger level than just their wallet. Ladies, you gotta really ask yourself if you're reaching for your wallet on the first 3 dates because you feel like it empowers you, or if you're reaching for your wallet because you feel guilty and deep down inside you don't feel like you're worth a man taking you out. And here's what I'm trying to tell you. You are worth it and so much more. You are worth that open bar tab. You are worth that 5-star restaurant. You are worth those front row seats. So here's what I would do on the first 3 dates with a man when the bill came out. I would stare right at him, not even pretending to flinch from my wallet, because honey, I know my worth. And if he doesn't, well then at least I got a free dinner out of it.
It's all just a little too contradictory for me, I feel. She wants to earn her own money, which is amazing. Good for you, right? But she also wants a guy to pay for her food. So, I don't know. You want to be independent and strong, yet still say chivalry is dead. So, I don't know. She wants to be a girl boss and have a man take care of her at the same time. So, it's just, you know, I guess that's fine, but it's like, that's a lot of mixed signals, right? You're going to confuse a lot of people. So, just keep that in mind, you know? Do you, but it'll be confusing.
It's 2025. Does the man still have to pay for the first date? Yesterday, I was out with a bunch of my friends and this topic came up and I was like, what are we doing here again? Like, we already know the name of the game, like the guy pays. My guy friends, who I love and respect, some of them thought I was being so unreasonable to be like, I still think the man should pay for the first date and all subsequent dates. Some of my friends even were like, Kim, you're such a feminist. Like, why would you think that the girls shouldn't have to pay half? Like, it's equal. For me, as a relationship expert, I've always believed that the man should pay, and it's for 3 different reasons. Number 1, the woman always has more risk on a first date. Okay, she's walking into a situation where she doesn't know if the man is a predator or is gonna do something bad to her, is gonna become a stalker. It's so risky just for a girl to go on a first date. That's number 1. Number 2, the expense for a girl to go out on a date is just exponentially higher than it is for a guy. Outfit, your hair, the cost of your makeup, the upkeep to keep you looking and feeling the way that you do. It's just, and you might come at me and be like, you know what, like, you choose to do that, or the man has to put effort into his appearance too. But if we're being honest with ourselves, it is not the same. Number 3, men have generally more to gain from the relationship than a woman does. I think back to when I was married and I had about 2 years where I was either pregnant or acutely recovering from a pregnancy. Probably longer when you factor in actually like taking care of the newborn babies and breastfeeding and all of that stuff. So the actual investment that a woman has to make into a relationship comes later and comes with like your bodily autonomy, your freedom, the way you look and feel literally and medically for the rest of your life. The risk and the investment is just so great that even the financial piece like can't fully compensate for you for the sacrifices that you're going to make potentially in this relationship. Now that doesn't mean that you can't be grateful when someone treats you to a beautiful date. That's a different story to be like, thank you so much for the beautiful dinner, or thank you so much for this wonderful experience. But when it comes down to it, I feel like for men, even if you meet this girl and you feel like you're not romantically interested in her, I think you do have a responsibility to pay, because as a society, the man should be the one investing in those initial like courting experiences. Just my 2 cents.
If men supposedly have more to gain from relationships, then why do they always keep things low maintenance, right? The logic just isn't adding up in this case, because a date is meant for 2 people to spend time and energy and effort and check each other out and, you know, catch the vibe right and enjoy each other's company, not turn it into a business transaction. Again, you know, there's a little bit of nuance to it, but the point still stands.
Only bum women expect for you to get their hair, nails, and feet done. Only bum women or broke women or women who have been dealing with simpish men who don't require much expect for you to get their feet, their nails, and their hair done. A man should never be providing any maintenance money for a woman, first of all, that is not his woman, but for a woman, period. Because a part of being a woman is keeping up with your nails. A part of being a grown woman is keeping up with your feet and keeping up with your hair and keeping up with your eyebrows. Some of these women aren't even sexually active with you, and they'll tell you that they're looking for nail money, the same nails that ain't even wrapping their hands around your penis. You're paying for some hair to get done that you're not messing up. You're paying for some makeup to get done for her to go out with the dude that she actually liked, because she wouldn't dare ask him for some money if she's asking you for anything and she's not your woman. And even if she is your woman, it's levels. But for the most part, if she comes into it begging, then you're dealing with a beggar. You're dealing with a bum.
Fellas, stay single unless you're ready for this every 2 weeks. This is the bare minimum. All right? 1. Lashes, $200. Hair, $300. Nails, $250. Toes, $200. Makeup, $200. A little lunch money for $500. Drinks with the homegirls, $500. And little Aloe, Lulu, and Labubu,
Labubu dolls.
Yeah, $1,000. He says, stay single, or this is what you're going to be footing the bill every 2 weeks.
I'm not an expert because I've never.
You're the only woman in the room.
Yeah, but I've never had a man buy any of these things for me. I've had a man buy me lunch. No man has ever done any of these things for me.
Listen.
So I guess I'm just. Yeah, I don't. But I know that women get this done, and I'm like, I don't know how they do it.
Maybe you think that that's a reasonable expectation?
No, I mean it shouldn't be an expectation. If you want to spoil your girl and do nice things for her, sure. Who's gonna say no? Like that's sweet. But I don't. Again, but I'm also not, I've never had that done for me before. So I know women who've had this happen, and so they've become accustomed to it. So that's different for them.
They just look for another man who can pick up the tab again.
Expectation that this happens.
Not at these numbers.
No, but you paid, have you paid for her to get her hair done, nails?
I'm sure I have throughout our life that I picked them. But
what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, but no consistency. My wife covers all these things. Like, she don't give me money to go to the barbershop. I'm not giving her money to go to the nail salon. This is simple. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I've done those things, but I don't know that I've done those things any more than she's done them for me. And what I mean by that is I will pick up lunch. She will pick up lunch. I don't get my nails done, but if I would. Like
this
she's
is lunch
bought
with her
a massage.
This is not lunch with
for
you.
For that. Like I've paid for to go out with friends or go on a massage retreat, but it's normally associated with some sort of holiday.
Fortunately, you know, my wife does all right for herself, so she picks up this tab.
But when you were dating, though,
even when we know. No, that's not an option.
Some girls drop serious cash on looks, but expect someone else to cover it. I mean, to be honest, it shouldn't even be this much every month. I totally get it. The industry is pretty up there when it comes to it, but what are they getting their nails made out of? Solid gold? You know, and even if they are, a man shouldn't always be paying for it. So, you know, just things to consider. Again, if you're well off, go off, king, but just watch out.
Would you take me on the first date?
Coffee shop?
On a first date?
Yeah, just to get to know you. We'll be friends first, then I'll get to know you more.
I wouldn't do a coffee shop on the first date.
What would you do?
A first date has to be something serious.
Oh.
Like an actual restaurant or something.
I don't know. For me, it's like, I always take the first person on like a small date.
Okay.
That's just for me.
And a second date?
Maybe like we go like play putt-putt golf or go to Top Golf. Something small like that.
A small date is definitely the litmus test to see whether you want to go on a second date with the person. So a little coffee shop is an ideal place, little lunch kind of situation before like you get more into it, like dinner stuff. But I'm not really surprised that a lot of like gold diggers just really want that princess treatment from day one, which is kind of surprising sometimes.
Do you feel like men should always pick up the tabs? Or do you feel like it could be a 50-50 thing?
Listen to me closely.
Yes. Taking it back to Christian principles, like a man is a provider.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're a man that wants to get to know me as a woman, I would appreciate it if they took up the bill. I don't think it's right for a man to ask a woman out on a date and then expect her to pay the bill or pay 50-50. You know that saying, what do you bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
The woman is the table. Everyone at the table came from her or has been in her. Sit on that.
But once you start dating, you don't feel like a woman should ever like just
once we're dating, of course, like I want to reciprocate. I want to treat my man
and
the
that's
same
what
way.
I wanted to know.
Of course, yeah. But I feel like in the initial steps,
initial steps for sure.
I need you to show me that you are a man that I even want to be submissive to.
Asking someone out doesn't mean that you're the ATM. I mean, no rule book says that, right? In fact, men are more attracted to the women whenever they show the initiative and try to support little things like this, because it truly is the little things that do matter to men. I can vouch for that. You know, whenever you have a partner that's willing to fork in a little bit of cash to help pay out for certain things, it's very nice to see, even if you do deny it.
This is why you should never accept a coffee date for a first date. Perhaps it sounds convenient to you because you don't need to spend the whole evening with a stranger you may not like. But a guy who just invites you for coffee shows such low effort, it almost shows as if he's not interested in getting to know you. As if he says, let that girl prove herself first before I'm willing to take her out for dinner. But let me tell you what this says about you. If you accept a coffee date, that actually shows that you accept the bare minimum, and that shows how you see yourself. Because if you don't see yourself as being worthy of something more than just a coffee, how can he be convinced? The purpose of dating is to meet new people, and maybe to meet a potential boyfriend while having fun. But a coffee date doesn't sound like fun. It sounds more like a job. Okay, I'll go sit there for half an hour, see if he's worth it, see if I like him, and then we're talking. And then it's the coffee date that becomes a waste of time, because how much can you get to know somebody in half an hour to an hour? Let him take you out for dinner and enjoy it, and never forget you're a free woman. If you don't like the guy, kindly excuse yourself and leave.
Coffee dates are perfect for a first date, or just something along the lines of a lunch date, right? It's about self-worth and about seeing if you actually really connect with that person before you really move forward with anything deeper. If you're that concerned about having a dinner instead, then maybe you're just not ready for a mature relationship. You're just maybe looking for some free food.
What the hell you spend $1,300 on?
A wig.
So I just gave you $1,300 for the rent. Like, what do you mean? You spent $1,300 on the rent and the wig?
No, I just bought the wig with the money that you gave me. Is it that serious?
You gotta be joking right now.
No, you got more money. You can pay the rent again. It's not that serious.
I got more money. I can pay the rent again.
Backhead, please don't act like you don't have the money.
You gotta be kidding me right now.
No, I'm serious. I told you last month I needed a new wig, and you said I could get one.
Yeah, but why you ain't just say, babe, I'm gonna spend this $13 on the rent. I mean, on the wig, but I'm gonna need another $13. Why didn't you just say that instead of doing it? Like, you don't know what I got going on.
Well, you could just pay it again. I don't know what to tell you.
Buying a wig with your rent money, that's not really, it's probably the worst trade-off anybody could have in this case, right? The guy probably totally regrets being with this girl, but she still doesn't regret her decision, and that's her prerogative. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy just ends the relationship here pretty soon, because it doesn't seem like they're together, if you get me.
Worst dates? Anybody else want to share? Worst date I've ever been on, I was like 16. It was like one of the first dates I went on. The guy was criticizing my order of what I ate, and he didn't like what I ordered, so he didn't pay for it.
Well, what did you order? No, this is a blessing. You really you came out ahead on this one. What did you order?
So we went to Texas Roadhouse to eat, and
fine establishment.
Yes, and I ordered steak bites and not like a bigger meal. And he didn't like that. So he's like, if you're not actually going to eat, I'm not going to pay for it. And I was like, okay, don't pay for it and don't talk to me again.
He was trying to treat you like a human being, not a 5-year-old. I mean, you were 16. Why were you ordering steak bites at Texas Roadhouse? The dude was literally trying to pay for your meal. Honestly, it seems like you probably were the problem here.
On a date, and it's like the bill came. The bill didn't come. He asked for the bill, and in French he said 2 bills. And then so they came, and I was like, if someone says, I want to take you out, then I want to be taken out, which means to me to pay and whatever. So we did that. I paid, and it's fine. And then after I was honest, and I just said it, like, I don't know, because I said, like, yeah, I thought you were going to take me out, and like, to me that means pay. And then suddenly his English wasn't so good anymore. When he was like, I don't understand what you mean. I was honest and like, whatever, what else do I have to lose? I just want to be honest because there's a way that I want to be treated. And like, I might as well just tell someone, like, what else do I have to lose? I don't know. And then like afterwards he was like, next time I'll pay. Like unprompted, he said that.
This is a little bit confusing. She wants a gentleman to take care of all of her needs, especially paying for her food, right? So what if he does not pay? You know, is he suddenly not a gentleman in that case? I mean, these TikTok girls are coming out with some of the weirdest logic while trying to deal with the same equality that they asked for. I don't know. It's just a little bit unfair in a way.
He paid for your tummy and arm tuck. It was over $15,000, and then you broke up with him a month after the surgery?
Yeah, from the outside looking in, the timing on that is pretty awful.
At least give him a few months after the surgery he pays for.
Listen, I was sitting in therapy and the light bulb went off and I was like, it's been 7 years since the last time I broke up with him and nothing has changed. Everything is still exactly the same. And I'm not getting any younger, obviously. So I had to get out.
All I'm interested in knowing is what precisely this girl said to her guy to get her to pay $15,000 for her surgery. Then again, breaking up after getting your bill paid is a pretty textbook gold digger move, and the guy really did fall for it. I mean, stuff like this says a lot, honestly. But hey, have you ever dealt with a gold digger? Let me know in the comments below. Besides that, that's the end of the video, and if you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss content like this in the future, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay strong.